doing race car shit. My race car friends.
That's me. So we stopped and I got some safety things. Some like gloves and the neck brace. But more importantly, Kent is rolling out with some brand new tires for his car that isn't even running yet. Those are the X275 radials that everyone uses. They're barely a radial. What a fucking loser, man.
It looks amazing to me. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we cleaned it.
Legit.
The only thing is, your paint came off there, and we don't have black spray paint.
Oh no.
So, you did a really shitty paint job.
I did. I sprayed it while I was on the car. I was like, oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
Look at it though.
Yeah, I'm just getting this. It looks like that had touched your exhaust at one point anyway.
It was near it, yeah, without a blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna shorten this up a bit for you. And this might hit the hood. I'm still kind of unsure. But if it does hit the hood, we can angle it more. Just perfectly sideways, probably not out.
I gotta get something different for there anyway.
And if I had time, I probably would have just built you something nice to fit in here.
But yeah.
But as is, we barely had time.
Look how shiny it is. All of it. It's the shiniest it's ever been.
Yeah, we tagged the living fuck out of it.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's Sean Grant style stuff.
She calls Kyle my other boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
And she calls Matt my other boyfriend. Well,
Sweet. Yeah. Adam, stop what you're doing.
Yeah. It looks so... It's like you can't get any
it's
baller.
called like 2 days straight on an extra day. Yeah, probably around that.
Get it chopping at 800.
Inline sixes, it's almost impossible to get them to go rub. Yeah, 116.
What? How's it going? Hey. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited now.
good.
Yeah, no, I think it might have matched that HDMI cable, but that's about it.
8,000, 79.50. Spinning her high now.
Yeah.
I wonder what oil pressure is at.
450 at 8,000. It's not like torque's not dropping off yet.
I'm like pushing this one.
And then you gotta press it again and then it starts.
Yeah, I pushed it the one time. I'm recording. Your bitch is on TV now.
That's getting real tight there.
Really tight. He likes it tight.
Dropping off so hard now, the horsepower.
Adding timing somewhere, right?
The power's not dropping off so hard anymore.
But with the torque.
So it's not gonna go as planned. We're not gonna make the track today, but yeah, I got a stupid ass gay haircut. But what was happening was the first fuel pump was turning on and the second two weren't turning on. And what was happening is it was trying to turn on with a 12 volt instead of a grounding the two other pumps. We had to wire the ground into a different pin in the ECU, and now it grounds and I have all three pumps again. So now we can start turning up the boost some more. It was running out at about 18 pounds. So it's on the dyno. We'll see what we can do. 600 wheel.
We're gonna go back to 0 again because we went up one boost in comparison to our first.
First ride in the car, and it's absolutely fucking insane. And it's literally scaring me because I'm shifting into third gear and still spinning slicks on the back. And they're heated up. I just did my first drive, and I'll admit, it scared the living God knows his shit out of me. I was spinning the slicks in third gear when I was shifting into third. So now Roy's gonna try it.
Won't do it. Yeah, no, that was not the trans brake, that was the blind lock.
It sounds good. It's not gonna spool until here. Okay, I'm just finishing editing the video, and we got a couple things to talk about. So I didn't film a lot of my reaction to the dyno video because I was too lost in the whole moment thing, and I kind of missed like a lot of footage that I really wanted to get. So that's out of the question. Sorry about that. I should have got my expression because I was all like rubbing my crotch and like all excited and stuff. We did, however, cut it off at 550 wheel torque. These are through a TH400 automatic 3-speed, so you take the numbers as they are, but it did make 715 at the wheels, and on a stock block that's kind of pushing it, I think. So what did help is that we were able to rev it out until 8,000. One thing that we did notice was that my exhaust housing is a little bit too small. It's a 0.10 AR, and it's usually recommended like 0.125. The reason I went with such a small AR is because I didn't think it was gonna spool that turbo that quickly on my stock bottom end with low compression, but where we were using E98 fuel, we actually got the turbo to light up around 5,000 RPMs and then full boost before 6,000. So that's one thing I can take into account is get a bigger AR housing. Another thing we ran into is the torque converter is definitely too tight. We can't get up on the trans brake. It won't do a burnout without water. I do have something in store for that just for this year. That'll be in another video. So in those dyno videos, we made about 26 pounds of boost, and then what we did was we got peak torque, and then we started adding boost back in so we could kind of level the torque back off. So what we were trying to do was we were just trying to aim for torque numbers. We weren't worried about horsepower numbers because that's just an artificial number anyways. And we were just trying to not build too much torque so we could save the rods in the engine because it is a stock engine and I don't really feel like building another engine. We kind of went with 550 as a round number as what our max torque would be, and we did hit it, so that's kind of where we're at. It made 715 wheel, 554 wheel torque, and that was through the TH400 automatic, so this thing should be a savage. To put that in perspective, you put a manual transmission behind it, it would have made closer to 800 wheel. So on my first drive, it was about 2 in the morning when we got off the dyno. For some reason, it just wouldn't hook on those slicks. It was making a ton of boost, ton of torque when the turbo kicked in. With the torque converter being way too tight, on the streets the car is a laggy piece of shit. Like it would literally take me stoplight to stoplight just to spool the turbo. But once it was spooled, it had no issues going through first, second, third really fast. I did have an issue where I was spinning the slicks, but the street wasn't that great to try it on, nor do I want to drive it on the street that much because it's absolutely terrifying to me. This car is actually the highest horsepower car that I've ever driven before I did the upgrade. So when it was around 600 wheel with my old setup, that was the fastest car that I've ever driven. Now that I've done the upgrades, it's also the fastest car that I've ever driven, so it's a big learning curve for me, and I don't really want to push myself and slide the car into a wall or a curb or something like that. I'm sure I'm forgetting a whole bunch. It's like close to midnight now, and I'm just kind of throwing this together at the end of the video to give you guys some perspective of what went on in the video. Huge shout out to AFR Auto Works, man. They got me in the last minute, and they did all that they could, and they stayed until 2 in the morning on the dyno just to get me finished. Now the plan is on August 11th, I plan to go to the street legal event and see what we can get for quarter-mile numbers. As it sits, it would be like 12.0 at like 140 miles an hour because it's so laggy on the torque converter. But I do have something special coming up, and make sure you watch the next couple videos. Might not be the next one, might be the one after that. I might actually review the car and do an actual proper first drive, even though I've already driven it, but proper first drive for you guys. Yeah, just make sure you stay tuned, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and peace. Easy.